you keep up with the Ross Ulbricht case?
Well, I've become friends with Lynn, so
Mhm.
I've gotten to know the case a little bit through that, but I haven't done any like I wasn't one of the lawyers on
Yeah.
any of the official stuff for it.
Do you know, like, I remember last year, I talked I said hi to Lynn in Arkadelphia real quick. Just told her I thought she was like a courageous woman, basically. Um, I didn't get to have a long talk with her. Unfortunately, she was in the middle of talking to somebody else. Like, what do you, has he exhausted like all of his appeals? Because that was what I heard from some people, and then other people said there was still like a Hail Mary
Oh,
prayer.
I have. So what happened was the first trial, like the initial one, there was a lot of mistakes happened at it, or what we look at now and would identify as like procedural mistakes done by the government and by Ross's lawyer. So for some reason, the appeal on that, they just didn't take into account any of the arguments, and there was a really top-notch law firm hired that handled that and they did anything any lawyer could really do to bring the attention on the appeal. But then it got put to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court looked at it. Then it got held. So there was really like the Supreme Court said, we're going to answer the Carpenter case before we decide whether or not we're going to hear Ross's case again. And the Carpenter case was about whether they could look at your cell phone or computer without a warrant. And I hope I'm not misremembering, but I'm pretty sure the Carpenter case said that you do need a warrant for that. So it was at that point looking really hopeful that Ross's case could come under review again, and using that logic that you need a warrant to look at his laptop, they didn't have a warrant, so it could have really changed the game for getting him a new trial. But then the Supreme Court decided not to hear it, despite like 26 amicus briefs being filed by a lot of people, like different law firms and